Hey Crestwood, happy Wednesday to you. Hope you all are doing well and having a great day today. I'm glad to be with you today and bring you this devotional for this Wednesday, October 23rd. Amy and I spent some time this past weekend in Bardstown, Kentucky. Had never been before, and it was such a fun place. Spent that with a couple of other couples that we know. And one of the things we did a lot during that trip was just laugh. We love being with these folks. They're a great sense of humor and great spending time with them. And I realize how important it is to get away and just let yourself laugh sometimes. I think sometimes we forget that having fun is almost a divine mandate, something that we are supposed to do. And that's why we do things like the Halloween bash that is coming up this Sunday, when we can come together and dress up and love on the kids and watch them have fun and do the trick-or-treating and enjoy chili. You know, so much a part of what it means to be a church is the fellowship, is the coming together to build that sense of community as we have fun, share a meal, spend that time together, build those relationships. I think sometimes we can get so focused on the other parts of church, which are all important, the worship and the service, that we forget the importance of fellowship. So I hope you're going to make time on Sunday to join us for the Halloween bash. You can bring chili if you have some. If not, just come and have fun. You don't have to have kids to be a part of it. Come and just be together as a church community. You know, I think we forget that sometimes that was a part of Jesus's life and ministry. I mean, he went to weddings, we know. He drank wine. He hung around with his disciples' friends and spent time talking with them, getting to know them, relating to them. It's so important that we have that sense of community. That is such an integral part of what it means to be a church together. That's why I think that everyone who is able should be in church on Sunday morning, because yes, we can worship online and it certainly is convenient. And I know there are some folks for whom that's the only way they can worship. But I also know that when you're not here on Sunday morning, you're missed. We are not the same. We are not fully the body of Christ if we don't have everyone here. And so every chance we have to gather together to live out the call to be the body of Christ, to live out that sense of community, I think that's so important to our social development, but also to our spiritual development. And I think that's especially true in this time that we are in our country, where there is such division and such conflict. I think it's important that we come together and remind ourselves of what's most important, and that is our relationship and our connection to each other. God does not want us to be separate or isolated. That's why God created Eve to be with Adam, the importance of being in those relationships together. Some of us have those outside of church, and that's great. If we have a good social circle, that is so important and life-giving for us. But for a lot of people, church is the primary way of making those connections, of finding those relationships. That's why it's so important that we come together to support each other, to love on each other, to encourage each other. And I hope you're finding ways to do that. You know, I'm so thankful that I serve this church, a church which really values that sense of community, really values being together. As I have talked with people who did not come back right after COVID, but continue to worship online, the first Sunday they were back, they'll say to me, boy, I've really missed this. I didn't realize how much I needed to simply be around other people on Sunday morning. And so it's good that we continue to see them. So I hope that you are a part of building community here at Crestwood. That community comes from being together, from serving together, from giving to the work that we do as a congregation. All of that factors into what it means to be the body of Christ and to be a community together. And one of the things that we love to do is come together and have fun. Sometimes we can come together for no other reason than simply to laugh and to enjoy the blessings of life that God has given us. So Crestwood, I am so honored to be a part of this community. I hope you are as well, and I hope you will make time, if not this Sunday, then other opportunities coming up. As we move into the holidays, we'll have a number of different events and activities where you can come together and simply be with your church family. It's a great way to get to know each other. It's a great place to invite guests. It's a great reminder of how important it is that we simply come together to be a community, because it's in that community, it's in that connection where we experience the presence of God in each other, where we're reminded that God calls us together, not in spite of our diversity, but because of it, that we are called to come together with people who we may not choose to hang out with outside the church, but that we are a family connected together, and each one of you is an important part of that family. So Crestwood, I hope to see you Sunday in worship, and then I hope to see you Sunday afternoon for the Halloween bash. so that we can come together to welcome guests into our midst, to love on the kids that come to be a part of that, and just to remind ourselves how important it is that we come together. We are not individual Christians. We are part of the body of Christ, and you are an important part of that. And I'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday. God bless you, Crestwood.